Okay, so to review long division, we first divide, then we multiply, then we subtract, then we bring it on down and bring it on back. So we're going to take 45 and we're going to divide it into 6. Does it go into 6? No. So we're going to divide it into 68. Does it go into 68 at least once? Yes. So how many times? Yell it out. How many times do you think? One time? So we put that 1 above the 8, and then what do we do? That was divide. What do we do? What do we do next after divide? Multiply. So I take 1 times by 45, and I get 45. Then we draw the line, and we subtract. And then I bring it on down and bring it on back. So I bring down the 0, and I go back to the beginning. So now I'm going to divide 45 into 130. If I think about 45 being close to 50, 45 goes into 100 twice. Do you think it could go in? Do you have a question? Maybe? Did I do my math wrong? Oops. Thank you, Jackson. So we think about 45 going into 100 maybe about twice. It goes into 90 twice. So how many times do you think it's going to go into 230? 4 or 5? What do you think? 5? Okay. What happens if we say the wrong thing? We just, we just realize we said the wrong thing and erase and fix it. Okay? This thing erases. It's easy. All right, so here we're going to multiply. I don't know what 45 times 5 is, so I am going to distribute. I'm going to think about 40 plus 5 being 45. I'm going to distribute the 5 to the 5, and I'm going to get 25, right? I'm going to distribute the 5 to the 40, and I'm going to get 200. I'm going to add those together, and I get 225. Do you see how I distributed that? That's going to be very important today. Make sure that you are actually taking notes and not on other things. Now, after we divide, we multiply. What do we do next? Yep. Subtract. Did I do my math right? Yes, no? That's right. Okay. And then we bring it on down and bring it on back. So now we're going to do 45 into 59. How many times? 1 time. So we divide. Now we multiply. Look, I'm doing 1 times 40 plus 1 times 5. I'm distributing. That seems like a lot of work, but that's what we really are doing, and you have to understand that because that's what we're doing today. Now we're going to subtract, and I get 14. Now, unless I made a silly mistake, my answer should be 151. Now let's write our answer as a mixed number. Let's write our answer as a mixed number. What would I do for a mixed number? Jaden? And I love how you said you add in 14 over 45. Because literally it is adding that. Like literally a plus sign, but we don't have to write the plus sign. I do want to call attention to this. Is the same as. 100 plus 50 plus 1 plus 14 over 45. Isn't that crazy that I'm writing it out? You know why I'm writing it out? Anyone want to guess why I'm writing it out? Not yet. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Why is she doing it this way? Why just let me do it the way I know? Right? I'm trying to help us do what we need to do today. So we're going to go over it again. We're going to start with what first? Everybody. That wasn't everybody. Everybody. What do we do first? Divide. Let's try it again. Everybody. What do we do first? Okay. So I'm going to divide 16 into 28. Does it fit twice? 10 goes twice. Does 6 also go twice? You see, I'm like looking at them separately. You guys know 16 doesn't go to 28 twice, right? So it's just one time. So we're going to multiply, and I'm going to multiply 1 times 10 and 1 times 6, which is 16. Then I'm going to subtract, and I get 12. Bring it on down, bring it on back, start again. Does this bother you a lot? Just think about it as 16, but what we're getting close to doing is doing something like this. Like, this is what we're really doing today. We're going to do long division with polynomials. There's going to be x's and stuff in it. So that's why I'm trying to show you how it works with numbers. So doing it with letters is not going to work any different. So I am taking 16 into 125. I can think about 16 being 10 and 6. I could think about 16 being 15 and 1 if I want. Doesn't really matter how I break it apart, but 10 and 6 is good. How many times does 10 go into 125? 10 times? 12 times? But we also have to have 6 go in that many times, which is not going to work. Does anybody have an idea? Just a guess? Guesstimate? 10 times? 11 times? 100 times? 2 times? Grace, give me a number. 4 times. Okay. So we're going to try 4. I'm going to do 4 times 10, which is 40. I'm going to do 4 times 6, which is 24. Add those together, and I get 64. Subtract them, and I have 61 left over. Did I pick a big enough number? No. So then I take my eraser, and I try a different number that is bigger than 4. Ryan, give me a number. 7. So 7 times 10 is 70, plus 7 times 6 is 42. So that's 112. Subtract, and I get 13 left over. Does 16 go into 13? Then I pick the biggest one. Now we bring it on down and bring it on back. So if I've already done 7, which is 112, how many times does 16 perhaps go into 135? Guess? 8? So I'm going to multiply that. 8 times 10 is 80. Plus 8 times 6 is 48. Which is 128. Subtract, what is this? 2, 5, 7. Did I do my math correct? I think I did. So we write our answer as 178 and 7 over 16. That's our answer. But if I were to expand it by powers of 10, if I were to expand it by powers of 10, the stuff that my current third grader was doing last year in second grade. This is the same thing as 100 plus 70 plus 8, except she wasn't doing the fractions because she was only in second grade last year. So she was doing everything else, expanding it out. That is not like the answer. This is our nice answer because it can be simplified, but today our answers are going to look something like this. I just totally made that up. I have no idea what that would be the answer for, but our answer is going to look like that today, where things are expanded by powers of x. All right, let's try 1 on your own. You can pick any of them. You can pick any of them. Try 1 on your own. I'll put the answers up for all of them. You can pick any of the ones that we didn't do. Try 1 on your own. Go. So you shouldn't need a calculator. If you're having trouble calculating, try doing what I did here, where I used 10 plus 6 to multiply, rather than using 16. If you take out a calculator, you will not get a calculator in the stuff we're doing today, because you can't type x's into the calculator. Now, I did not put the work up, I just put the answers, but I'm going to walk around and help you if you get stuck on one place in your work. I'm going to pause my video, fingers crossed, it's working so that I can unpause it afterwards. Realize not correct originally, I fixed it. All right, next set of notes.